Yeah, Lady Gamecocks. They're going to have a big night tonight. That should be a good game.
Yep.
I think so.
I hope so.
Absolutely. We're doing great.
It's been a crazy March Madness, hasn't it?
Yeah, that team that the college that beat the college, they in the Final Four, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something else for sure. Well, good deal. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Monday. I'll do that again. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Monday, March 27, 2023 Committee on Real Estate to order. It looks like I've got the honor of giving the invocation today, and I think let's just have a moment of silence for the awful tragedy that happened in Tennessee today. Thank you all.
Amen.
All right. First item up is approval of the March 13th, 2023.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify support by saying aye.
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 The ayes have it. Next item up on the agenda is an authorization for the mayor to execute on behalf of the city a permanent utility easement. And this is in connection with a right-of-way over on Hanover Street. And it looks like Ms. Copeland has got something on the screen for us. Please take it away.
Move for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Second, yeah.
Thank you. And just real quick for help you with context, this curve right here, this is Septima Clark Parkway. This is a section of the Penn water main project that CWS is presently undertaking. And here's Hanover Street. And as part of this this Penn project, this will also involve the installation of a new 36-inch water main that will be installed directly underneath that Hanover Street piece. And if you may recall, there's a church that sits here, and this is kind of just a stubbed out dead end road that was cut off when Septima Clark was actually built out.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for that explanation. Anybody from the committee have any questions? All right, hearing none, we've got a motion on the floor. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify support by saying aye.
Aye.
It is unanimous.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is a request for permission to use the U.S. Custom House property.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. This is for the Spoleto Festival for 2023, and there's no cost associated with this use. Do we have somebody from staff just to give a quick rundown on this for the record?
Mr. Chairman, I believe this is our annual concert that we have on the back steps of the Customs House with the symphony. It's normally one of the opening events of Piccolo.
Yep.
I'm almost positive that's what this is.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've attended this over the years. It's been a great event, and it sounds like we ought to keep doing what we've been doing. Does anybody have any discussion or further questions about this?
I can step in if I may. This is Ray Swaggerty with the Cultural Affairs Office.
Sure, go ahead, Ray.
This is the symphony concert behind the Custom House, yes, as well as two performances on the front East Bay Street side, one on Saturday evening and one on Sunday afternoon by a marching band out of Atlanta. So it's all three of those events.
Oh, great.
And they're all annual events.
Well, thank you very much. Where is the marching band from out of Atlanta? Just curious.
It is the Seed and Feed Marching Abominable out of Atlanta. And they're here every year. They've been here for 40 years.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Ray, thank you for that. And it looks like we've got all sides of the Custom House covered this year. So good deal. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. The ayes have it.
By the way, Mr. Chairman, when we opened the Upper King Street family event with the wine and food festival, we opened it with the Burke High School marching band, and everyone loved having them on the street and playing music. And we're going to try in the next year or so to do more marching bands. It's something everyone seems to enjoy.
That's awesome. Really, really cool. Well, good deal. Next item up on the agenda, this is an affordable housing related item. This is an authorization for the mayor to execute a purchase and sale agreement between the city as seller and JJR Development LLC as buyer for a portion of real property located at 212 Spring Street. And this is for a purchase price of $170,000. Do we have Gianna on the line, or is this Ms.
So, Mr. Chairman, this is not really an affordable housing item. Even though JJR has been involved with us on some affordable projects, this is a project they're working on, and they're looking to buy a portion of a parcel that the city owns. Looks like Magley might be prepared to present.
Yes, I have this item. Good afternoon. This is to purchase the 40-foot rear strip of 212 Spring Street. JJR already owns 210 and 214 through 216 Spring Street, which are contiguous with this portion of 212. And under this agreement, the parties would also contemplate an easement, which would allow our stormwater team to continue work on their current project there until the end of 2023. And the purchase price of $170,000 is based on an appraisal that was done for the property.
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Got it. Thank you, Magali. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion?
What, just, I didn't see the appraisal in our packet. Is that just something we had done previously?
Yes, it is something we did previously, and I'd be happy to forward that to you.
Okay, thanks.
Magley, do you have a plat or a picture that you might share on screen with everyone just to show them where the property is and what's planned around it? And maybe you don't, but.
Are you able to see my screen here?
We can now. Yes, ma'am.
Let me zoom out a little bit. So this is the this is Spring Street here. JJR already owns the back portion, I believe, here. Sorry, I'm not looking at this. Parcel A. So this is the portion that we're talking about to be purchased. And then this is the remainder of the parcel that the city would retain. And I think that these are the lots back here that he already owns, excuse me.
That's the blue part you talking about?
The yellow part is what we would be selling.
Okay.
So we're just selling the back part of a lot, and we're keeping the part that we need for future access. This is on Spring Street. I guess just to the right of the property is where there used to be a gas station. And then one property down to the left is where the Taco Bell or Kentucky Fried Chicken is.
Right. Yeah, I remember this one.
Got it. Okay, any further questions, discussion?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, just, so do we know what's going there, or what the developer's plans are for this?
It's Jeff, yes, it's Jeff Roberts, and I could add some context to you. On the left of this on your screen, 214, 216 Spring has been a project that has received its advanced approvals for the micro units that the city came up with a new classification in the zoning ordinance. To the right of it is a project that we've been working on for some time that just obtained a significant Board of Architectural approval for 200 and 210 Spring Street. That used to be the old Pizza Hut, and then next to it, Eddie Buck's old gas station next to the building we designed at the corner, which is now known as the Kempton. So this is a small little piece in back of the city's deep tunnel drainage shafts. So this was a small little piece at the back, which allows for interconnectivity of both sites. And we've even agreed that we wouldn't build anything on the first 10 feet of it. And this remaining piece is more than suitable for the engineering department to put their access to the drainage, drainage equipment that they need to take the drop shafts from and park, cranes on and everything. And this is sort of a back overgrown little irregular piece in the back that is not being used. And the city just did this current appraisal with the city's
Jeffrey,
appraisal, and it just go ahead.
Jeffrey, what are you building all around it? I think you want to know.
To the left is a building which is going to have 143 micro units in it, and to the right is going to be 143 hotel that just received its BAR approval.
All right. Any further questions, discussion? All right, I guess I'll call for the question. All in favor, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, the ayes have it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Jeff. Next item on the agenda is a request for approval for an amendment to a lease agreement with Guy P. McSweeney for 1155 Canehoy Road, and this is in connection with Fire Station 21. Matt, do you have the honors today?
I do. As the chairman said, this is the first amendment to the lease agreement with Guy McSweeney for 1155 Canehoy Road. This is our current Fire Station 21. Out on the far end of the Canehoy Peninsula. This would extend the lease term a few extra years and then also provide 2 additional 1-year options. It also allows for something the fire have desperately been looking for as the area around it continues to be developed for other uses, is 12 parking spaces that will be defined by the landlord. They've had some issues with parking being taken by a new tenant that's moved in next door, making things difficult for the firefighters. So this will solve that issue for them. And the only other thing that it's really adding is it was a well that was dug with some special heavy duty pump specifically for the fire department. And it's going to have some cost share with it that will carry through this lease agreement, which we didn't seem to be unreasonable.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Does anybody have any questions for Matt?
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please signify support by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Finally, here's an affordable housing related item. I jumped the gun a little earlier, but this is in connection with 1345 Rutledge Avenue, and it's a transfer agreement with Charleston Habitat for Humanity for construction of affordable for sale housing for folks earning up to 80% of AMI. Miss Shaw Johnson.
Well, I'll move for approval first.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Ms. Shaw Johnson, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I do have Lynn Boley on the Zoom as well. She's the executive director for Charleston Habitat for Humanity. And this is the site at Rutledge and Harriet Street that came as part of the transfer of property from Heartland developers on this particular side of the street. And we do have a survey we can show you. Currently, there are a number of single family detached homes there. Lynn and her team are looking at possibly a single family detached, or we're going to determine if in fact we can possibly get two attached townhomes there. We're evaluating that now. But this essentially would allow her and her team to begin the due diligence necessary to carry this forward. And I think most of us know Charleston Habitat. The audience that they service are persons that are 80% and below the area median income. And the $685,000 that is secured with a note is simply our value in the property. We are not actually lending them that money. So thank you.
All right, thank you for that report. Does anybody from the committee have any questions, comments?
I got one question. That easement from SCE and G, is that something you can park underneath or something? Or you don't have any access to that?
At this time, we don't, Councilmember Waring, but we know that on this side of the street in particular, there will be some traffic improvements or enhancements later on. So all of those matters are being considered and looked at as well, because the larger development, this is part of their ingress egress, or one area where ingress and egress will happen. So on this side of the street, there will be some additional traffic improvements. So conversations around that are continuing.
Yeah, I was just curious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Mayor.
I'm just looking at the plat here, and on Harriet Street, on that side of the street, they're mostly small single-family homes that face Harriet Street, of course. This has a Rutledge Avenue address, which is a pretty busy street of folks coming off the interstate. So I just wondered, have you thought about, orienting the home, or if you can fit two on there, to face Harriet Street rather than Rutledge Avenue? Just a thought.
Yes, Mayor, that is our goal.
It is? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
it just so happens that this has the Rutledge Street address, but the goal would be to have it face Harriet Street simply because the others do. And
Right.
just having that aesthetic there, I think, would be complementary to what's already occurring.
Oh, great. So of course, the planning department can help you get a new street address for a Harriet Street address if you like.
Yes, sir. Thank
Right.
you.
Okay.
Good deal, good deal. Any other comments or questions? I just had one quick one, Ms. Shaw Johnson. So what is the density goal here relative to what's there now?
Yes, sir. Good question. So the Civic Design Center for the city did a massing study probably 2 years ago now in 2021. And overall, the goal there was about 26 units total. And so this would have, and on this particular side of the street, when Morgan and her team did this, we were looking at 2 units there, smaller units on this side of the street. So the goal would still be to try to include or achieve the density that was outlined previously by the Civic Design Center on the opposite side of the street. So another 24, 25 based on the size of those units.
Got it. But that 24, 25, that's in the entire area, not on this
Correct.
one parcel.
That's the entire area. Yes, sir.
Got it. We can dream, can't we?
Yes, we can.
All right, maybe one day. All right, well, thank you so much. We got a motion on the floor. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
can I just thank Lynn and Charleston Habitat for Humanity for their partnership with us on this. And we look forward to building an affordable unit there, or having you build it. But thank you for this partnership. It makes affordable housing happen when we have good partners like you.
We couldn't do it without our folks at the city. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you,
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Johnson.
Absolutely. Thank you to Habitat for Humanity and our staff for doing this. And once y'all get a little further down the road, maybe let us know and we can come out and maybe help y'all on site one afternoon, drill some things and hammer a couple things, without getting too crazy.
We would love that.
Absolutely. Well, good deal. That brings us to a close of our, non-annexation related part of the agenda. On the annexation docket, we've got 3 annexations, one in District 10, one in District 9, one in District 5. These appear to me to all be residential, but is Molly back from her trip?
Yes, she's back. She's
Molly,
back and better than ever.
welcome back.
Thanks. Happy to be here. Yes, these are all single family residences in West Ashley. I had to spread the love this time, 3 different council districts. Just kidding. It just happens to work out that way. We're glad to have everyone. But yes, these are single family residences in West Ashley, all currently contiguous, and happy to answer any questions.
Great, thank you, Molly. Any questions about these?
Move for approval.
All 3? Is your motion for all 3, Councilman Shane?
Yes, sir. Mr.
All
Chairman.
right. We've got a motion on the floor to approve all 3 annexations, seconded by Councilman Waring. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right. That brings us to the conclusion of our meeting. Does anybody have anything for the good of the order?
Oh.
Councilman Shade?
No, I said peace out.
Oh, sounds good. Let's go Lady Gamecocks tonight, and we'll see
That's
some of
right.
y'all at Public Works and Utilities in a little bit.
That's
All
right.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
See y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Doll.